Hello, my beautiful Kathy.
Hello,
I'm so happy
hello.
to see you. And when it was like, I still need to do a beautiful front end video for us, but I will do that. I will do that. So I want to say thank you so much for being here. I was so excited. Today is going to be your turn. Soul of a Diamond. I am truly excited, excited. And my beautiful Kathy, I did bubble or diamonds to put in, for us as a cover at the back of the screen. But then I could not see me or you. So I thought, okay, that's not gonna work. I need to go and see how to do this thing because I thought I can just make a beautiful artwork and then put it on. But then I see it takes over the screen and they cannot see us, so that's not gonna work.
No, that's not.
I will definitely make sure to work on it. I thought I can do it today, but I cannot. So my beautiful Kathy, I just want to greet all our beautiful viewers and the Diamond Beauties, and then I'm gonna ask you if you would introduce yourself. So my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our third episode of Soul of a Diamond. I've got an amazing guest. She is in my heart forever, for life. I love everything about her. Her name is Kathy Mincer, and she is from USA. But she will introduce herself now. I just want to say the concept of Soul of a Diamond is I've got beautiful ladies on the Diamond Beauty Forever group, and they've got all beautiful stories. And through this TV show, and then and the article will also going into the Diamond Moment magazine, and then it will be also part of a compilation of books. And can you hear, Kathy? I
Mhm.
practiced compilation this time. I didn't like last week. I have a stutter, and then it will go into a compilation of a book series, and the book series is also going to be called Soul of a Diamond. So, I am truly excited. So, my beautiful Kathy, please introduce yourself and tell us also what do you think about this big project that I have started.
Thank you, Sanat. And the first time I met you, you went right to my heart. So, my name's Kathy Mincer. I live in upstate New York in USA, and we live on a mountain in our log home. And you may hear a rooster, which Sanat heard just a few minutes ago. um, but we live such a simple life. I've been married to my husband for 34 years. And we have 3 grown children and 5 grandchildren. They're all teens. So, so we're empty nesters, just living a simple life here. And Sinette just keeps on bringing it on with all these projects. And this one is amazing. It's just amazing. Last week's guest, she teared up. I teared up. It's just really supporting women who have were at this end, and they struggled, but they knew to make it to the other end and have overcome a lot.
That's amazing. Thank you, my beautiful Kathy. That's amazing. So, my Kathy, I am gonna, if the Diamond Beauties is gonna give us some love with comments, I am only gonna bring it up on the screen, but I'm not gonna repeat it. So, my beautiful Diamond Beauties, I will not read or verbalize your comment. I will just show it on the screen, but because it's for me important that Kathy tells her story. So, Kathy, are you ready to tell us your story? And you can start from wherever you want to start. Are you ready?
I am.
Oh, wow. I'm so excited. I cannot hide it. But, Kathy, I've got a surprise for you. Are you ready before we start to hear your story?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Kathy Mincer, and I live in upstate New York. I am a health and wellness coach, I'm an entrepreneur, and a first time author. I want to just share with you what got our aha moment for us to start our journey. It was this bottle of peppermint. One drop, breathe in, and it was just an overwhelming feeling. Today, I share these essential oils and other products with many families. You can find me on my website, which is Essenti, ESSENTY.com/Kathy Mincer. And of course on Facebook. Love to hear from you.
How do you feel about your video, my beautiful Kathy?
You are amazing. You are
I
amazing.
just love to do that. I love to do the banner in the beginning and the call to action at the end. I was in my element, and I actually have done it through, I call it my mwah productions, because I love to do mwah to everybody, and mwah stands for moments with authentic hearts. And I was like so happy when I got that realization from God that my kisses and my movie business, if I can call it like that, and my graphic design is all about authentic hearts and moments with authentic hearts. So that was like, wow, wow, wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. Wow. So my beautiful Kathy, you are welcome to start wherever you want to start and tell us your story. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sanat. Just a little backstory of me. I grew up in Pennsylvania, New York, way down towards Maryland, Delaware. We were so close there, but we constantly moved. So I never was in the same school for a year. It was like every year we were moving. Parents were unstable. I have two sisters and a brother. And it just wasn't stable, and I just was never able to make friends. And so I got scared to make friends because I knew it wouldn't last. So fast forward, my parents did separate, and myself and my youngest sister and my mom moved up to New York. And that was in my early teens. And we ended up staying here. We were living in Naples, New York. Great town. I finally was somewhere where from seventh grade till I graduated, I got a friend. And today she's still a friend, very close. So that was a great thing for me to feel as a teenager. Um, I was wild and crazy. We raised heck on the streets, um, just the teen stuff. But in my senior year, I became pregnant. There was 5 of us all together, and I was the only one that had her child and went back to graduate. So when I graduated, my daughter was with me, 3 months old. So after that, I graduated and I married who I thought was the love of my life. You're a teenager, you got a child. It's like, okay, you need to get stable. And then we had 2 boys, and I named them all from the Bible, Joshua and Zachary. And that relationship was not good. It was verbal, physical abuse. And back then, there was no place for a single mom with 3 children to go to get help. So it took me 6 years of just taking care of my kids and just keeping us safe, in that circumstance. Then one day, it was my birthday, and I wanted to go be with my friends. And he said that he was going to do his thing and come home and take care of the kids. Well, he didn't. And I took my kids to my sister's and I went out. That's where I met my husband as of now, back in 87. And it was my way out of the situation I was in. So I went back, tried to get all my kids. I could not. I only was able to take my daughter. And so that was a whole challenge of not being able to see my boys. And it was a struggle. And he used the boys against me to the point where my boys ended up in foster care. So it was a horrible, horrible time trying to raise them and just see them and all that. My husband now, we got married in 91, and I never was a drinker. I was too busy raising three children. Never was a drinker. That was him though. So that was just to stay out of where I was into something new. I picked up the habit. It progressed and progressed and progressed. I worked all the time to support my kids. I always had a job. Um, and that just it progressed. We separated, we got back together, and it just wasn't great. It just wasn't. But I had a roof over my head for my kids, and I got addicted. So it was like rah rah, for me and my kids. They all grew up with that. I'm blessed to say that none of them drink, even though they grew up with that. Um, then he got in lots of trouble, and it changed our whole life because he started saying, "You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to follow my rules." And I'm like, "I didn't do this. You did." So I got the attitude of I'm not going to stop what I want to do. So at that point, we really separated. And at that point, I told him I want a divorce. So I went about my way and I got deeper and deeper and deeper. And one morning I had woke up knowing I needed to go to the hospital. My kids wouldn't answer their phones. I wanted someone to take me. And then my husband was still my emergency contact. He came to get me. He was not nice. He told me I'm more dead to him than alive. I ended up in the emergency room, and due to my own actions, my blood pressure was off the charts. And he just kept lecturing me because he was getting better. He was on the journey already. Then I was laying there, and this older gentleman walked past my emergency room. He stopped. He had the blue book, a big AA blue book. And my husband says, "There's your sign." God sent me that angel that day. I was like, "Okay, God, I got it." I ended up being hospitalized for 3 days, and I just prayed and prayed. And like, I didn't want to live that way no more. I just didn't. Um, so I ended up getting home, and my husband hooked me up with some women to go to a meeting. Now, I went to a meeting. This was a lesson learned. Do not go to the same place if you are in have relations with someone. Um, I went, and I had a lady with me that took me. Them people, because they knew his story, they hammered on me. They were not nice. They're like, "You got to do this. You can't do this to him." And I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, wow, is this what this is like? I knew a little bit. But I says, I'm not going to let them people dictate me. So what I chose, because I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I want to feel better. And so I decided just to go different ones than he did. And then I got my help. I had beautiful women helping me on the journey. We did the whole write things down, and burn it. And that believe it or not, that's a real release. It's a real release. So I continued on my journey of bettering me. And like I said, I was always working. So um, when it was close to my year anniversary, my husband asked me out for a date. And I was like, okay, because we were sort of talking, but so we went out to dinner, and we kept seeing each other, and sometimes we'd go to a meeting together, not with certain people there. Um, and the guy that he ended up living with, he was very negative towards me. He says that she's only out for your money. And he had placed bets on me throughout meetings. She's not going to make it. I mean, money bets. I heard it. He's like, some people come up and say, I just put money down on your bet that you're not going to make it. And I'm just like, he was so negative and just didn't want me to be back with my husband. And I'm like, and you're in AA and you're supposed to be helping people? It really rattled with my brain and my thinking. And so what I decided to do was I found this nice little wooden box. I called it my God box. So every time someone said something negative, I wrote their name down and I threw it in there. I said, here you go, guy. It's you. Well, his name was in there a lot. But then there was others, people that would trigger me and know that I'm trying to improve my health and my lifestyle. And so that was one thing I did. And then I also journaled. And on my front of my journal was believe. That was my first journal. So I just journaled. So we started dating, and he was about to buy his sister's trailer, and my lease was up where I was. So we decided to move back in together. And I told him, I says, well, we can stop this divorce. And he says, nope, you asked for it, you're getting it. So, so here we are. We walk into the courthouse. We're together going for a divorce. And the judge is just like, okay, whatever you guys want. So that was the start of our brand new life.
Wow.
We got divorced and we just started dating, living together, having just a great life, because he was a totally different person, totally, from when I first met him. And he says the same about me. Just what alcohol can do to someone. I mean, even today, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, who are you? It just still sinks in even after all these years. But so we did that, and we just continued enjoying our life. And then a year after that, he actually got down on one knee and asked me to remarry him. I said, you never did that the first time. So we drove to Vermont, and we got remarried at the AA Founders Home in Vermont. And we just continue on. And shortly, I'll back up a little bit. Shortly, like 6 months into my journey, once you stop putting all that poison in, all this stuff, health issue, everything was coming up, and I'm like, oh dear. And so I ended up on some medications to help me through this. Then one of my dear friends, she came to where I worked, and I was working in retail. And she says, I want you to try something, and I'm going to show you guys. She says, try this. It is peppermint. Okay, I'm going to show you how I did it. And one drop changed everything. One drop. So you just take one drop, and I've done this already this morning, but it never hurts. One drop. That's all you do in the palm of your hand. And you rub it together. And when I breathe this in, because I had respiratory issues, I wish you guys could smell this, but it just went, opened this up. I did it 3 times. And I'm like, I don't know what you just gave me, but I need to know more. So that we entwined into our journey, Young Living, and we went to a class. Matt went with me. He was all about bettering our lives for health, and we started with what they call an essential oil kit. We just started putting them throughout our house and using them. Where this sits, used to sit for discomfort medicine, you know, and that's just what we did. And then we learned about chemicals in your home. That was the next thing. Today we breathe so much better. We're so healthy. We got rid of all the toxins, and you wouldn't know it, the difference, if you didn't try it. We knew nothing about this, but that one drop, I wanted to know more. That's all it takes for someone to, it's like opening up your mind to something new that could help you. So we went on that journey, and we just started sharing. We had all these testimonies, and we just kept going. And then with some of my people I met with Young Living, which that community is just phenomenal. It's like a whole new family. They just care for you, and they don't even know us. Um, but so we went to a class, and it was called a vision board class. So we wanted to get debt free. So we put this bill and this bill, and we drew on it, and we just had fun with it. And then our last thing for both of us was a log home on our own acreage. So in the meantime, we're doing this, and I have a friend on the team that's a realtor. So we did all this, and we made it. And in the mobile home that we lived in, we stared at it. We sat on the couch, and it was right across the room. For 4 years, we paid this off. We paid that off, and we put big X's through it, and we just worked really hard. The last thing we paid off was my car. We were debt free. And a week and a half later, the friend that did it with me, she says, "This is yours." And watch the last picture. It was a log home on 5 acres. And the last picture was a stained glass butterfly window up in the arch. And the butterfly is for my mom. I lost my mom many years ago. So when she passed, there'd be butterflies landing on us. And my husband come home and says, "Mom visited me on the roof today." So that was like, wow. I bought it, and I didn't even tell Matt. I went home and told Matt. I said, because we just knew we were both on the same path, and I wasn't letting it go. So it was a hunting cabin. It was a 1-room hunting cabin. I'm sitting up in the loft right now. Had no water, had no septic, but I bought it. So, and thank goodness my husband is a contractor, and come to find out, we could not get a traditional mortgage because it didn't have those things. So, backtrack just a little. I apologize. I changed my career. Someone asked me to help out with this elderly lady. I'm like, okay, you know, let's care for someone else. So I did it and I fell in love with her. I walk in at 6 a.m. and she'd be like, I just don't feel like going to work today. Well, she went to day school.
Okay.
You know, a bus comes. She called it work because getting her out of the house was work.
Okay.
So it was meaningful. So I continued that. For some reason, God just kept giving me people to care for. And I was like, okay, I'm liking this. You know, I get to help someone else that needs help. So when this cabin came up, I was taking care of a couple in Canandaigua, and they knew our journey. They knew we were boom, boom, boom. They knew what we were doing, and I told them, about it, and then I had to tell them. I said, we can't do it. You know, we don't have that kind of cash. So I went about my work, and I come back out, and they're like, sit down. We need to talk. And anybody who says that to anybody is like, oh, what's going on? You know. So they said to me, we have seen how hard you work. We've seen the life change in you, and we want to give you the mortgage for your home. Yeah, it's exactly what I did. I lost it. I mean, we signed a contract, you know, and we paid for it, but they wanted to be the ones that gave us the money for it. And we were just like, we can't even say, we were just like, we got it. And our motto is, you keep doing the right thing and God will bless you. We
I
paid
love
all this stuff off. I started caring for the elderly who needed help. And then we got this house, and it just, I still get choked up. It's just, you do the right thing and you live a good lifestyle, God will bless you.
yes.
And so for from September of 18 to April of 19, we had two mortgages because we needed to do the sewer and the water, and my husband needed to put an addition on, so we had a bathroom. And but we did it. We worked hard. We were able to pay two mortgages, you know, and my mortgage to them was never leave. And so we did it. And I remember the first time we moved in here, I said, just get me a potty and I'll move in. I don't care what's done. So when we moved in, and there wasn't a traditional driveway, it was muddy because we had to cut a bunch of trees down and just, I had this little black car and I had it loaded, and my daughter's behind me with her stuff, and I just stepped on it and come up, and I got so far and my car just started spinning. It was mud, and it just went whoop. So here we are with farmer boots. They're getting stuck in the mud. We're moving in the house, and it was crazy. But I was in my house, you know?
Wow.
And just sitting here, you know, my loft is all the trees from the land, the inside of it, and we just started our journey up here. But if I never have to leave this mountain, I don't. I just don't. We have our own food here. We have our own chickens. I have a farmer for our food, our meat, and um, so we just continued sharing Young Living and the lifestyle, and we ended up creating a second business. So, and just, we know we're on the right path because we are testimonies on how we feel. And when you share with someone and they're like, call you and say, that really worked. That really worked. And when you're able to help people build their own business, like we have some people doing with us, it's just that you're helping people and helping people. And that's, I think, why God put us on this journey. And until this day, I still care for the elderly, not full time. And I still care for that couple that helped us with the house. And when I got another client, I just my downfall is I get so I fall in love with them. That's my downfall. And then hearts are broken, and um but I was caring for the one down the road from me, and she uses all the Young Living. I'll put a bottle up to her and I'll say, smell, Joe. She smells it. And we use it all on her. And recently she moved to Michigan, where her daughter is. And so I was blessed to be able to be the last one getting her ready and sending her off. And so I did a shower and I just took frankincense and I anointed her and I anointed us together. So that was my blessing, and I knew I sent her healthy. I sent her healthy. And some people may not believe this, but she comes to me in my dreams. I think with us anointing each other, we are together. And so I've joined some different groups to connect with different people and just grow, like the Diamond Beauties Forever. This is an amazing, amazing group of women. I love them all. We've never met, but that's okay. Um, and I also, while I'm on Facebook presenting my business and stuff, I met this guy Jesse. His stuff was just inspirational, and I let him know that. And he invited me to a networking business event that was close by me. I didn't know nobody. It's all about get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
I didn't know nobody. Was I scared? But I have an oil for that.
What oil is that?
It's valor. It gives you confidence and it just gives you empowerment. And so I'm like, here we go. We're just going to go do it. Just do it. And so then he introduced me to his wife. And this is just, here comes God again. Her name is Desiree. So I asked her, I says, how'd your mom name you? She says, with a song, Neil Diamond song, Desiree. I looked at her and I says, exactly how I named my daughter Desiree.
Wow.
Yep, because my daughter's name is Desiree. It's spelled a little different, but so there we go again. We just connected and we started chatting and being on Facebook and in different groups together. And then she reached out to me and she says, I want to start a book called Warrior Woman. I want you in it. I'm like, me? I said, English is my worst subject ever. I says, I don't know how to write, but there's that negative thought coming in rather than like, yes. So I did it. And it's Warrior Women turning life lessons into legacy.
Wow.
I got to meet these women in New York City when we launched the book, and their stories are amazing, amazing. And when she reached out to me, I'm like, okay, I wonder, and here's that, how much, all that stuff that goes on, how much, and something I learned throughout this journey is how to love money the right way. Before, if I got money in my hand, I knew what I was doing. Off I went to the bar, whatever. I never had any. I made it, but I never had any. And so during this lesson, I have money. I don't have a lot of stuff, but there's a special little spot in my bedroom with my favorite verse in a Bible. That's my money. And my verse is 29, Jeremiah 29:11. And it's all over my house. So when Desiree told me, I'm like, oh, sure, I have that. You never before would I have that money. But I'm a person that does not believe in banks. They get enough to pay what I need to pay. God watches the rest of mine. So I was like, let's do this. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but let's do it. I'm like, okay, crazy. And then for this girl to go to New York City, country girl, that was a whole nother like, okay, here comes that comfort zone again. But it was a little overwhelming. But Desiree made sure we were all safe. We all had buddies. It was a great experience. Um, don't know if I'll ever go back. I never, I never been on a plane until I went to my first convention with Young Living to see. I
Okay.
went to a convention and we got to visit the farms. And that I had a Young Living person as my fly buddy, and we had stress away oil, we had peace and calming oil, and she just held on to me because I was a rock my first time flying. But it's just take those jumps. If God is here, don't listen to the
Mm.
devil. If God has got you this far, he wants you to keep going. So we just keep going, and that's what we do. And there goes my rooster.
I hear him. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
So and then just with Sinette asking me to do this and sharing with folks, I just want women to know you can do it. You can do it. If you can't find someone to help you, reach out to me. Um, I have helped several, I'm going to say several women through the journey because there is a 12-step book using the essential oils. So step one, you have essential oils. Step two, so it's all a journey. This did not happen for us overnight. We we've been doing Young Living just over 10 years, and we just continue to share, and build and the community. And I've been to convention in Salt Lake City for their 25 years with 50,000 people. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So it was huge because it was international
Mm.
back then in 18. It was international. Um, and then we had to have some virtual because of all the stuff going on. And then this coming up year will be the 30-year international. So it's it's not a fly by night. I have read Gary Young's story. I have met him, and it's just in my soul to share it because it's family owned. He cares about people. He cares about what goes in our bodies, how we heal, and God created us. He created us. He knows what our bodies need. That's why he gave us the plants. That's why he gave us the trees and the land and the dirt. I know when I feel out of sorts, all I gotta do is take my shoes off, walk the land. I love plants. I love gardening. I just play in the dirt, and it just rejuvenates you. It's what God gave us, and it's all a learning curve. It's all like they say, one day at a time. So and I still just share and get up every morning. We have a morning routine with putting oils on our feet, do our prayers. We always listen to Caleb radio, not much TV, and just I just enjoy the nature and yeah.
So I must just say, when you sent me the photographs, wow, Kathy, it was beautiful. Your where you stay is beautiful, and your window, your stained window, because for me, butterflies is also very important, and I have this butterfly at the back of me,
Hmm.
and I think we also connected with the butterfly, and then you showed me your beautiful butterfly stained window. So it's just beautiful where you are staying. I do believe you are very blessed with all the surroundings, because I would have given anything to just hear a rooster from the far, and now I hear it, but it's through the through the
Yeah.
the online thing. Wow, amazing. So
Yeah.
my beautiful Kathy, what can you say? You already told ladies that they can reach out to you. But if they're in that situation where they don't know where the next step is, but they know they cannot do this because of their self worth, is there something that you can say to them?
You are worthy. We are women. We are strong. And I just seen something about how God created us. Think about it. We we are able to birth children. We are to help take care of our husbands, bring up our children, take care of our home. You are worthy. God says you are. It's just you, and it, like I said, it don't happen overnight, but just open that Bible. Just meditate. What do you want? Journal. Journal is huge. Write down what you want. And I got journal upon journal upon journals. You know, it's just I'm still the paper pen girl. And to come out of my first journal was believe. Find something that will draw to you. Yeah, hope, and pick that out, a word, because now the name of my business is believe.
I love it.
So take those steps. If it's something as simple as a dollar journal that you like the front of it, start writing in it. It's that simple. It's not simple, but it is if you want to move forward. A dollar journal and a dollar pen.
And I think, Kathy, sometimes with all the media and all, it makes everything so complicated.
Right.
If you can go back to basic, or even back to where you were a child, if you were sad, you will run outside, or you will cry outside, or you will run on the grass and just be happy. You
Mhm.
have now had a thing, but then you don't keep long. You just, like a child, let it be, because sometimes it was not necessary, but you cannot do anything about it. So just be like a child. That's what I do. I love to do a lots of fun things every day, and I
Mhm.
love dancing. So I want to ask you, what is your forever song? Because you know exactly when I said to you, there's a lot of people that don't know their forever song. So I just need to explain quickly. A forever song is a song that you makes you happy instantly when you hear it. And then when you hear it, you feel you can dance if there's no tomorrow, and you can play this song every day for the rest of your life. But you knew exactly what is your forever song. Wow, that was for me amazing. Please tell us about that.
It's called Overcomer by Mandisa. And a little bit of story about that song is when we were waiting for all the paperwork for the home, because it was still a little iffy, we went to what was called Kingdom Bound Ministry. And it was not far from us, but we got a hotel room and made it a weekend. It was a spiritual weekend for us. That's what Kingdom Bound is, with all of the concerts, and Mandisa was one of them. There were speakers, and it was just a surreal weekend. So we had just finished listening to Carol McLeod. Her message was phenomenal. I have some of her books. And we got a phone call. We decided we wouldn't answer the phone unless it was the realtor. And things fell through. So we're just like, okay, God, it's not our time. We went back in and listened to the final session of Carol's speech. Did not let it ruin. Did not get bummed. We just kept on praising. And then we went to the concert that night and we just rocked it. We were just up there dancing and praising and just having a great time. Just me and him. Well, it was a stadium full of people, but just me and him together. We still went through with our plan. We get back to our hotel. We have a message. They backed out. It's yours. We're like, so he knew he wanted to see how bad we wanted it. And we continued on praising him and just doing what we went to do. And we ended up being the ones that got it.
Wow. So, my beautiful Kathy, can you remember when you told me the story? I have also put on my glasses.
Yes.
It was a beautiful story. And I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that, because it means that you have trust and you still continue, and it happened. And that is a thing that I have realized. I can know what I want. I'm clear what I want. I know my why I want to have it. I know that I have dreamed the end result, but I don't know the how. So I leave everything I do, the how, to God, because He is like a conductor conducting the orchestra and saying, okay, trumpet, your turn. Okay, violin, your turn. And he just make everything happen. So I loved it. So we've got a few more minutes to go. Is this something in particular that you still want to share to us?
Hmm. Um, there are still times, even though we've gotten this far, I just wanted to relay this because it is a journey. There are still times where that little devil man still wants to try to get in. So the stronger you can be when that starts, you'll know how to rid it, or move past it. And I mean, I use these babies like no tomorrow. There, there's ones for all your feelings. Um, I'll throw some in a diffuser. We just know. And there is a whole set that I go to often, and it's a whole scripture set
Wow.
of all the oils. And I've done several classes, and they're in the Bible. They used them. This book here, I pulled this book out because it's healing oils of the Bible.
Wow.
Now, when I started this, it was like homework. I was like, okay, if I was going to share this kit and these oils with people, I need to know where. So it'd say a verse, and I had my Bible right next to me. Yeah. And it was like this whole book. You can see I got papers everywhere in it, and then it got geeky science, and I learned some of that. I'm not a geeky science, but it was amazing to see what God actually did with the oils. So that just knowing that and into our lifestyle, we're like, okay. And then Gary Young in his book, he talks about how he goes up on the mountain before he makes a major decision and talks to God. So it was a blessing, and it just meshed right into our lifestyle. So yeah, if anything, you want to get rid of toxins, and toxins also go into your brain, so that does things when you're thinking. with your thinking. So when you clear that, and I always say, if your inside shine, your outside will shine.
Exactly.
So yeah, and it's just a learning curve. It didn't happen overnight, but it's worth the journey, definitely.
Amazing. Thank you so much, my beautiful Kathy. I have written a song. I don't have the song as yet. I have asked a lady, but I hope I will be able to get it soon. But I have asked one of the gentlemen that he was actually my coach, speaker coach on Speaker Speak Live, to read the song for us. So I'm going to quickly read it for us. Let him read it a small part, and then we will end off. And you can tell me how was your experience today, and then we will say our goodbyes to the viewers. So just I'm going to let you hear Michael, Dr. Michael Alexander.
Moments of moving from here to there between the star and the moon's soft glare capture a glimpse of light so rare, radiant and shining, our hearts declare for the world to see in love's grand affair. Moments of our lives that are filled with laughter keep us going, hearts thrilled, capture the essence of who we are in the spirit of a child like a shooting star. Moments to share our true stories so bright, not only for the world to heal, take flight, but to remind us how amazing we are. Forever moving forward, a radiant star to create magic near and far. In the radiance of each heart's soft glow, we find the strength to carry on and grow. Shining bright, our love doth show in every moment, from dusk till dawn's soft flow. Radiant hearts, we shine so bright in the diamond moments of love and light. Together we rise, our spirits take flight in the beauty of each day and every night. With courage in our souls.
So I don't know how this song is going to come out. And I said she can do some of the channelings, but I wanted to have Radiant Heart, and because the song is called Soul of a Diamond.
Mm.
And just how we tell each other's stories, and how authentic hearts is connecting and empowering each other. So my beautiful Kathy, we've got 2 minutes left. Can you believe that in our hour is almost done? Please tell us, how do you feel, and then also tell the people out there, the viewers, how can they connect to you, and then we will say our goodbyes.
I feel wonderful, Sinette, that I was able to share, and I hope this will touch someone that needed to hear it. I am here for anyone that just wants to talk. You can find me on Facebook, or you can leave a message in my website. And Sinette, you are just a bloom, a bright part of my life.
Oh wow. Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful Kathy. And you are also going to be one of our Mrs. Spots, our Friday Mrs. Spots. And Yolandi have done a beautiful banner for you. So we're going to do the announcements soon. So my beautiful Diamond Beauties, I wanted to meet our beautiful Mrs. Spots for Friday. It's Kathy Mincer. And we're going to have that secret tea parties, half an hour tea parties, where you can come and just be. You don't have to talk. You can just be. Be with beautiful women, because ultimately it doesn't matter where we are in the world. And Kathy, we are in 34 countries, the Diamond Beauties. So it doesn't matter where we are. We are all the same. All want to be loved and take care of our family and love our family. So we're all the same. So amazing. So my beautiful Kathy, you are welcome to say goodbye, and then I will give my message of keep on dancing, and then we will wave goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for listening, and have a blessed day.
Oh, wow. Thank you, my beautiful Kathy, my beautiful viewers, and my beautiful Diamond Beauties. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching on the replay. And then also, you are welcome to connect with me or you connect with Kathy. I want to say, please look after yourself. Remember to smile often. And we're sitting down. Keep on dancing. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.